brother. Really sorry. I had to pick up one of the guys that work got hurt, so he's good. I have an event company. We
Oh
do,
yeah,
yeah, we
that's
do
awesome.
parties, events. We build tents, things like that.
That's awesome, man. So you got own two businesses then.
Yes.
That's what's up, man. Respect, brother. I love it, man. I love an entrepreneur, man. This
Yeah.
America, right? Like, and I'm not assuming that you're from another country or anything like that, but I was just talking to David yesterday. We were talking about, the heated political debate right now with immigrants and whatnot. I'm not an immigrant, but my people came from Italy, right? In 1930 something. My family came from Italy, didn't know nothing. My grandfather didn't know nothing. My grandfather came here, joined the military, came from Italy, joined the American military, came home. They paid for him on the GI Bill to go to college, put three daughters through college, built a home, bought all of his kids their first homes. I mean, when you talk about, my point is that you see like people come from other countries, come to this country and use American freedom and rights and build businesses. There ain't nothing better, man. There ain't nothing more
Of
badass to
course.
see
Yeah,
than that.
and the funny thing is that my wife is Italian.
For real?
Yes.
Okay. That's what's up.
Yes. And the person that is like my dad now, he's also Italian.
See?
So it's funny, great people. And I believe, we came here for a reason, we came for
Opportunity.
from my father background is crazy as well. He was one of the bodyguards. I don't know if you know Pinochet from Chile. He was one of his bodyguards.
That's what's
So he
up.
was from the police over there. So the problem is when that got dissolved, they were looking for people to hang. So he had to get out of the country, came over here with nothing, and start working. And
One of my best friends, Miguel, is from Chile. He's another kid, man. I mean, I don't want to, not that I approve or condone. I don't personally smoke weed, but my boy Miguel, I mean, he's been here 25 years now. But he started a vape shop, like these vape things, like not just regular tobacco or whatever, down in Greenwich, Connecticut. He owned it for like 5, 6 years, and then when they made weed legal, pot legal in Maine, he moved to Maine. Yo, he turned a little $10,000 business into a $7, $8 million operation.
yeah, it's crazy, and it's crazy. And with I've been here all my life. I came when it was 8, so I'm basically from here. My daughters born here. All my life is here. But what I see is that things were done the wrong way. You know, that's the main thing. And it gets to a point on everything that when the water fills up the cup,
Pours out.
extreme measures are taken. And that's what happens here. But most of the immigrants that we come, I can include myself. We came here for what you're saying, the freedom. That being able that your work pays off. Something that if you really work hard, you get
Have
somewhere.
it. It's
In
beautiful.
other
It's
countries, no
beautiful.
matter, Italy, for example, no matter how hard you work, you're still there.
You don't get nowhere, man. That's the truth. I mean, but that's America in general. That's right. This country was built off of immigrants, man. Everybody that came to this country, from white to black, all of us, other than Native Americans, are immigrants to this land, right? And we
100%.
all came here from persecution and prosecution of some sort, whether it was religious prosecution, whether it was, idealism, whatever the hell it was, whatever reason, everybody came to America in search of something better, right? And when you lose that, the point of what I'm really getting at is when you lose that idea, that notion, that vision that you are entitled to rather than you have to work for, you're never gonna get nowhere, man. Now you're never gonna get nowhere because you're not entitled to nothing. You're given opportunity, And if you bust your ass, you could have anything you want, man. And that's just the truth, man.
Of course, and then that's what I love about this,
Hell yeah, but you're
because
doing it though.
yeah,
Two
yeah,
businesses.
like I said, it's not easy. People think the work what we do, is easy, but I spend I get from my work, I get here, then I have to clean cages, feed the geckos, and end up at 1, 2, and at
Yes.
7 I have to, I have to get up, either work. My wife
Yes.
works as well with me, so either she go one, I have to take the girls, or it's the other way. But
Yes.
it's hard. It's hard. But the point that I want to make
Mm.
is that when you bust your ass, you get there,
Yes.
and that's the satisfaction you get.
Yes. Instagram and social media does a good job of painting a pretty picture, right? Like you were mentioning earlier with your incident with the animal, as tragic as that was, losing that expensive animal and just a pet is something you care about in general, is that people don't really see that, right? Like all they see is animals, people buying them, and money. Like you don't see the ugly side. You don't see the piles of gecko crap. You don't see the infertile eggs. You don't see the stuck sheds. The the 100 cages that got to be changed. The 100 water bowls got to be swapped. I mean, people don't see that side. Someone's doing that work. You see these healthy animals. They don't just get healthy. Someone is doing the work to make these
Yes,
healthy animals.
and that's what I was telling you, that there's a lot of behind of the prices that people ask. More, some are more higher than the other ones. Um, but it's that's the reason. You just said it.
Sure. Where do you see Gecko Monster in 5 years? What's your 5-year plan?
Um, I think my plan is, big keep opening the lines. I got a lot of geckos, that I brought in, that are not ready to go yet, that are really, really crazy. I took this year a bit slower, because I separate some groups that I had, because, the geckos were getting a couple of years, so I wanted to, make a different thing. Also, I wanted to also try to make a little difference, because they call me the male maker because I only make males. So
I
I was
talked to
trying to,
Paul Morlock, man. We could get into that. I had Paul on. You know Paul, obviously from Rack House, right?
of course,
So I
he is,
talked to
he
Paul.
is like the guru of the,
Yeah, he was telling me about it, man, and I'm super. That's it's interesting, man. So you're one of the people proving this to be true, huh? So
yes,
you believe in it then? Mail makers is a fact.
yes, yes, it is 100%. I have produced over 100 geckos, and I just noticed one was female.
Out of 100,
Yes, I have it here with me,
that's ninety
and I,
nine percent, ninety nine point
but
nine point
it's
nine percent.
yes, yes. Every other gecko that I had produced, it was male.
And you don't think it's incubation temperatures or anything? It's just a genetic
No,
thing.
because I tried it. I
Okay.
bought an incubator. I put it in different temperatures, and the outcome was the same.
That's awesome to
So
hear. People need to hear that. That's good.
I believe it has a lot to do with the gecko genes.
Uh huh.
In this case, the male's genes, I guess, were super strong,
Uh-huh. Paul convinced
and
me. Paul convinced me after he explained it in his way, and I listened to him. I don't doubt it one bit. It makes perfect sense. When you look at New Caledonia, and particularly an animal like gargoyles that are capable and you know actually quite often perform parthenogenesis, right? Like they give birth to fertile eggs without a male being around. It only makes sense that a male would continue to keep remaking males in order to populate and fertilize a female of predominantly female geckos. Like it just I'm not nearly as smart as you guys are with these gargoyles, man, but it makes perfect sense, man. And if you've done the experiments with the temperatures and stuff, that's great evidence. That's great information. People are out there still trying to prove these theories and stuff, but and God bless them. I'm not saying anyone should ever stop trying to prove any theory, but it sounds like if you've got a male and he's produced 99 males.
yeah, I think is something there. Like you say, a lot of people are trying to prove different things, but I tried it, because I was like, how can I only make males? And because people ask you for females, and
Yeah.
my first response is I don't have,
Huh.
and they
The
don't
females
want.
are more popular, right?
Well,
in
the
general, like in gargoyles?
the thing is that I think with most of the geckos, you can put one male to a lot of females, which they make them more important than the females. But I think on my end, I think females are more important than males. Why? Because they are the one that produce. You know, the more that you have,
More babies you get.
yes,
Yeah.
and one
Valid
female
point.
you can put 1 to 3.
Yeah.
1 to 2. I also talked to Paul about it. And he was telling me that it's always good not to do 1 and 1, which I understood a lot because the gecko won't stop bothering the female.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
True.
the pressure that female gets is a lot.
Yeah.
So when you got 2 at least or 3, which I think is better, you know,
Tracks them.
he gets out of the way of the 1, maybe a 2, and then and he'll move around. So
So do
it
you do that with your
makes
crested geckos too?
yeah. I have a couple of cresties, not too many. I have I work with the caps, lilies, sables now,
Nice stuff. Nice stuff.
and I have a
That's
couple of
awesome.
Exantics, but that will be it.
Do you really? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Do you with your pairs, your crested gecko pairs, do you keep them one and ones, or do you
No.
do?
I also do 1 and 3
Okay.
or 1 and 2,
Okay.
just for the same reason. I found it that it was super.
Let's pull these up. I want to pull. I want to show some people some of the stuff that I've been seeing, man.
Yeah, of course.
Some of this stuff is insane. All right, so let's rewind a little bit. So you've been doing this for a while, right?
Yes.
I just got into caps. This super cap here, this was yours?
Yes, this is mine.
Obviously, did you produce it or did you buy it?
No, it was that one. I bought it.
So what's the deal with that, man? Is there truth to it? Is it still alive or did it die?
No, I still have them, but
Really?
yeah.
See, they're saying that it can't live.
Well, I think I have him now for at least it was 3 to 4 years. I got him when he was a baby. The thing is that they're not. I had to take him to the vet a couple of times.
Really?
Um, yes, he cannot breed or he cannot do anything, so he's my pet.
Okay.
And he is not. Uh, Imagine he's 4 and he hasn't passed 28 grams.
Oh, really?
Yes,
So here I hear a lot of bad things, and
yes.
I
I
don't know
was
much about him to be completely
Yes,
honest.
I also was given another baby, and he's taking the same route. When he was small, he was a little monster, but now he's a little taking that end where he's getting a bit skinnier. He's eating well, but I only kept him, and the reason that I wanted it was to prove myself, the development of that gecko in
For sure.
specific.
For sure. So you breeding Chihuahuas too?
Yes,
Okay. Beautiful.
but
Beautiful,
that's
babe. Beautiful Pine
yeah.
Island.
Yeah, that was a couple of years ago. I sold my all my chahuas.
Nah.
Yes, because I was taking a different route with the
Happens.
gargoyles, but I came back to it, so I'm growing the ones that I have now.
Happens. So I want to show everybody, is this Klaus right here? Is this
Yes,
picture of Klaus?
that's Klaus.
This is him?
Yes,
So where did Klaus come from? Where's he from? Tell us about Klaus. Is he the mail maker?
yes.
He is.
He's not the mail maker. He's the son of the
Oh,
mail
he's
maker.
not. Okay. Are the offspring of that's what I wanted to ask you too.
Yes,
Now, does a male maker, if a male maker makes a male, are all of those males also male makers?
that's what I'm going to prove this season.
Okay.
That this is Klaus' first season breeding. I already have 4 eggs from him.
Congratulations.
So let's see what we're gonna get. So
Yeah, I'm interested.
if you go down all the way to the bottom, a little bit up, a little more. I believe those are Klaus' parents to the left, if I'm not mistaken.
Right here.
Yes, I know that's the mom, the one with the red stripe.
The one down here on the bottom.
Yes, yes.
Who produced? Where'd you get them from?
So from David.
Oh, they are David's.
Yes,
Go figure.
yes.
Beautiful animals in general, man.
And the
And
father
who's
should
this
be
right
around.
here?
That's Klaus when he was little.
Wow, he was something right from the beginning, huh?
Yes, yes, he was
Ooh.
something from another world.
Wow.
I had
He's not even
another.
like he's red. He's like electric, man.
Yes,
He's like,
yes, he's like a super insane red.
who's this one? This got that same kind of red.
Yes.
This is him also?
No, that's another one.
Do you know what group, well, I guess you said the other ones were the parents of them, but that's, that's interesting. See, I wonder if any of the other clutches, like his clutch mates, Klaus's clutch mates, that were males, if they're male makers too. You guys got me super interested with this male maker thing because that means it's something genetically, it's something with the
Yes,
DNA that's
I
causing that.
believe it's something genetic because I tried to ask different breeders, trying to figure it out, see if I get a different thing, and all the
Hello,
outcome was the
guys.
same.
Yeah, all right, so you got this is one of your unboxings from Korea here, right?
Yes, yes,
This tiger animal that's from RCK. Where did you get this tiger
yes.
cat from?
He's from RCK.
That's a beautiful animal, man.
Yes,
Beautiful.
all my
Is that
calves are from RCK.
nice? Nice. Are you working with that animal yet, or is that something you're still raising up?
No, she's almost ready. I'm waiting for the male, to breed with her because I didn't want to put her. I wanted to try to make like really tigerish cappuccinos. So I got some tigers from Little Monster, from Sabertooths and Tigra. So I'm waiting for them to be ready and see what it's gonna produce. I wanted to produce like a super tigerish thing. Let's see how they come.
So when it comes to pairing like your crested geckos, or maybe we'll talk about your gargs too, but what are you looking for when it comes to pairing them? Are you going by weight? Are you going by age? Just is it a look? What do you look for
I
hypothetically to pair up your animals?
my experience, it's weight and years, how old they are. I try to do nothing less. He's a female, less than 2 years, and for the male, I try to get him to a year and a half in a certain way because of my experience. Also, the females get aggressive with the guards, so
Yeah,
females
here.
can push the guards around. See, that's Klaus' father. That's the male maker.
This
Now,
one.
the one next to that one. No. The other picture on the top.
This.
No, on the top. The one that you put to the left, down,
Damn, we're looking at the
down,
screen backwards.
down.
This one.
No, on the top, on top of the crestist.
Ah, right here.
Yes. Do you see that one far in the far end?
Yeah. That's the father?
Yes.
Oh, there's three in that picture. I can't even tell. There's three right there.
Yes.
That's the group? Is that the whole group?
Yeah, that was the group. Yes.
Nice.
So and we were talking with David as well. Even though he's not that crazy looking, the genetics that he had are insane.
Absolutely. Oh, so this is Deadpool line then.
Yes. Yes.
Oh shit. Okay. Well that's what's happening
Yeah.
here.
All the
All
geckos
right.
that I produce are Deadpool line.
Oh, all right. I thought you had like one or two. I didn't know they all were. Okay. So that says a lot. See, I don't know much about Gargs. I have one pair of Gargs, and I love them. I just don't know a third of what you guys know. I buy them because I love New Caledonia, right?
Oh,
Like I think it's
100%.
insane the island and the diversity. So I have everything from New Caledonia. I keep probably like 22 different species of geckos. Everything from New Caledonia except the rough snouts, lychees, sarahs, Eurodactylotes, you know, Chihuahuas, mainland and Pine Islands, a
Wow.
few different locales of
You
lychees,
got
but
everything.
yeah. But and again, just one pair of Gargs, and it's not that I like them any less than anything else. It's just when I got them, I was trying to hone in on all the species.
100%. Yeah.
So this striped guy right here is this will this stay like this, or this eventually grows up and
No, they're like that when they're babies. Then the red pops out. That's how
Okay.
they're born. They're born with that coloration, so you don't really know if he's gonna go red or orange.
Really. So how do you pick a holdback? Well, if you saw an animal like this and you're breeding your animals, how do you know? What do you look for? And be like, this is a holdback for sure.
Yes, you look for the coloration. You know, you see where there's color and there's where's not. So when you
Oh,
see
okay.
all the coloration is all around, that's basically a holdback. When you see that color, they have color everywhere. That's
Then you'll
when
know that it's either going to
that
change or
yes.
it's
See that picture that you're going over right now. Look at that
yeah
baby. See the coloration. He's all over.
everywhere.
Even the stripe
Everywhere.
towards the belly.
Oh yeah. Wow. That thing, it seemed almost covering up the stripe in the middle of his back.
Yes, and when they start the stripe start closing, then you know he's gonna be a really nice guy.
Wow. Did you produce this one?
Yes,
Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. What year? Oh, that was 2023. You
yes.
still have that? Do you still have that animal?
Oh yes.
You do.
See, that's Klaus' father. That one,
Yeah.
and
This
that's the
one?
mom.
Both of these.
Yes, that's the mom.
She's a big girl, huh?
Yeah, she's huge.
Do you breed for other things with your Gargs? Like other than the color, do you breed for like horn structure or size? Is there anything else you focus on, or is it your primary objective is color?
No, my primary objective is its coloration, and there's a lot of geckos that they see a bit different, so then I try to pair them, to push, let's say, horns and type of things.
See, he's got that color though. He's got that
Yeah,
Klaus color right
you
there. He don't
see
got as much of it, but he got that different.
he has that coloration. You see that red, how highlight is.
They're in good shape, Mauricio. Your animals are healthy. They're not fat. They look like yoked up.
Yeah, I try to, again, I try my best, try to.
Respect, brother. I love seeing a healthy animal. I hate when I see a fat animal. No offense. It's like
The
this.
thing
You're
is
not doing
that,
the animals any justice by just power feeding
yes,
our animals to get them to weight. You need to give them time and food and let them grow.
and that's the main thing. I think you said it all, like I don't agree with power feeding and all of that because it's just like anybody. You need time to get where you want to be. So when time's ready, you're gonna make it happen.
Sure. Who we got here?
You
Oh, this
promise?
is Klaus again.
Yes. Now, if I'm not mistaken, that's the female that I lost, the one on the bottom.
So you never even got to know nothing from her and Klaus, huh?
No, no, nothing. And it
She
was
also come from David too?
no, no. She was coming from Korea.
What we got here?
Oh, it's a gecko that I gave away on Christmas.
Today's the
Oh
last
yeah,
day.
Yes.
that's awesome,
Tomorrow, I'm gonna
man.
let you guys know
Giving
who's the
back to the
winner.
hobby, man. Giving back.
Yeah, 100%. Again, I believe that there's a time for everything. I was really grateful. That everything was, getting where I wanted it to be. So, I try even to my customers, when they do a purge, let's say they buy a big red, I give them another one, a Cresty or whatever.
For sure, that's awesome, man. Do you typically do you have an average weight where you sell something? Is it do you wait till like say an animal's 20 grams and then say I'm gonna sell it, or will you sell babies?
No,
How do you do that?
I try to be at least I will say 7 to 10 grams.
Okay.
It's nothing bad to sell it smaller. It's just, me trying, make sure the baby's strong enough, you
You gotta
know,
know for yourself, right? You
because,
know what's funny is I quoted you the other day. Someone told me I was doing an interview with Gecko, Kyle from Gecko,
okay,
and he was saying he watched a video that you were in, and you were talking to somebody, and he said you gave somebody advice. You were like, "I'm gonna give you a piece of advice or something." I don't want to quote you, but you said you never sell your best shit.
of course,
So that makes perfect sense. You can't sell them until you know that it's definitely not your best stuff.
100%. It's like you're shooting yourself in the foot.
Absolutely. And I tell people all the time. People ask like, "Oh, why don't you sell anything? Why don't you do this? Why don't you?" I'm like, I don't sell animals. I'm trying to accomplish something, right? Like I
100%.
don't know how all my stuff is gonna to develop, grow, and I'm not where I want to be. So when I finally start producing stuff, you guys will know. When I start selling stuff, you'll know where I'm at, where I want to be. But I'm not there. When I put this vision into the flesh, when I can make it, then I let it out. But I just
And I agree
I'm
with you 100% there, because just like I tell people, this is not my main source of income. So it doesn't make me want to sell you something.
facts.
I want you to be the right person to have one of my, my geckos. Just like you say, the way you talk to me, how you approach me, that has a lot to say, because when you talk to people, you figure it out a couple of stuff.
Mm,
So it's not that
sure,
I need the money to sell you something, so I'm gonna rush you, or I'm gonna do. No, if you want it, it's gonna be there.
sure. Did you produce this one?
Yes,
No, that's something. That's that color, man. That's that Klaus color right there.
yes,
And he's small too. See, his little orange already went red.
yes. See, that's how they change from that orange to that red.
Well, I wonder if it's some type of like hypo or something. Like, it's something's different. It's just different. It's
Yes,
I don't know how to. I can't
I
put
don't
my
I don't
finger on
know.
it.
They call them in the goggle either super reds. Then you get the six stripes where they have stripes all over.
This
That
is that Korean tiger cap, huh?
yes,
This thing. I don't know if you know how serious this animal is, man. This
yeah,
is serious
that
gecko.
that girl is insane.
Color, man. She's something, boy. Oh man, beautiful, man. I might have to do that Korean thing, man. I'm just going so nervous. I'm like,
Yes, it's a really nice thing to do, brother. If you like some of what they have, find the good prices that you want. Is the only thing you got to add of the shipping, the import, and all that. That gets a little expensive, but it pays
it
up.
makes more sense to buy a couple animals, right? Like to buy
Yes,
one,
yes.
you're
I
paying
always
more in
tell
fees and
it's
stuff.
if it's something that you really want, but if not, try to have a couple and do it, because it gets a little expensive. That's the sable.
So what do you know about? What have you learned about the sable gene? That's another kind of new one in the crested gecko world.
Yeah,
What have you observed?
bro. I've been trying to look at them and see the difference. And the funny thing is that they look super similar to fraps.
Really?
They're super similar to fraps with the clouds. But if you look at baby, sable baby, the only reason that I know he's a sable is because of the groups that I got him from.
You're not the only one to say that. You know that, right? Like a lot of people are convinced that it's just a different form of cappuccino. Like they think that the
It, it,
sable
it could
is
be because I have a couple of fraps that they look just like that one. They're just smaller.
that's a beautiful animal, man. That's a beautiful gecko.
Yes.
Wow. Very, very impressive. Is this the same girl right here? Is that her?
No, no,
Is it a female?
no, yes, that's a female, but that's a lily, if I'm not mistaken.
Is your sable a female though? Your sable lily,
Yes,
is it a female?
yes, I
Yeah.
have a sable female and a male.
So what do you pair to us? What would you plan on pairing that up with? What do you do to with the sable? Like what's
I
like
have
I wouldn't
a
even know what you pair it to.
I have a regular sable with a sable lily.
Okay.
So I know for the fact I'm gonna get sables and sable lily.
Super sable. What's the super sable do?
Super sable is like the super form, just like the super cappuccino.
Oh, it is.
Yes, it's a
Okay.
super form, just like with the luwak. That is a super form, another super form of the cappuccino. And
Oh,
there's
these are
not
my
much.
favorite, man. I love these blotches, these skeleton blotches, the super
Yes,
blotches, man. Woo-hoo-hoo.
yeah, and I'm growing one that's really crazy. I think I put a video of her that's red all over.
Wow, these are both, and orange is like my favorite color, man. Well, obviously I'm a Mets fan, but orange and royal blue, man. This orange, these animals are gorgeous, dude. You have some pure. You know how to pick them. You
Yeah,
know how to pick them. You got
I've
an
been I've
eye.
been I've been learning.
Yeah, you definitely got an eye. Wow, I can't get over them. If you look, because I doing this podcast, I see a lot of geckos, right?
Of course, of
Yours
course.
are significantly different than a lot of animals, man. The color of your animals are. I could look if you showed me, took all names and tags off, and showed me a lineup of three similar geckos. I could pick your animals.
Thank you, appreciate it, brother.
Yeah, that's definitely a good thing, man. He's something. Ooh, so.
Yeah, he was one of the kind.
Have you kept many of his offspring back? Ooh, what is this?
That's an orange guy that I have.
Oh,
which that's the next group that I'm super hyped for. Which I'm gonna try to make like full oranges.
He's got perfect black separations, though, almost like perfect
Yeah,
sections of.
and I don't know if the females there, but the female have like a line in the face.
Really?
Yes, a black line
That's a
through the
beautiful
face,
animal, man.
which they're insane.
That's a gorgeous. Oh man, is it this group? Are these all babies you produced?
Yeah, these are all babies I produce.
Jeez. I mean, genes matter, man. Genetics matter. I can't deny it. When
I
you
I
look at these
think I
animals,
think they do. Yes, yes, they have a big impact on. I believe just like with cars, when you have a brand that always makes solid stuff, I think that's the way it's gonna go.
for sure, for sure. What's the Japanese guy that's always making the Porsches? You know, he does the body kits on the
Yes,
Porsches. He
yes,
gets
yes,
paid like big money to come do them. You
yes,
pay
and
him,
he's
you don't
he
know
sits
what
in
he's
the
gonna
chair.
do because he does everyone different. He does every
Yes,
Porsche different,
yes,
but you pay him because you know he's gonna come through.
100%. Like he never fails. It's like,
Yeah.
and he really analyzes what you ask him for, and he goes for it.
Is this that female or no? This is a guy. This is
Yes,
a man. This got to be Klaus, though. No,
yeah, that's
yeah.
Klaus.
I guess I could pick him out now. Now, what's this? This looks like a different color red. Oh,
Yeah,
this is the.
that's the mom. That's Klaus' mom.
See this? So she technically Deadpool too? Is she a Deadpool line?
Yes,
Because that's more of the color. When I see David or think of David stuff, I think of that deeper.
that deep red.
Yeah.
But I think they made a big match with the other red.
Hell yeah. What's this? Isn't the same animal, is it?
No, no, that's another female. That's the third female that I have.
She's nice too.
Yeah, she's huge.
She had like a dinosaur head or something, man.
Yeah,
Oh, so those are all.
and that's the father.
So how long? I know you say for 8 years you've been doing this, but how long have you been keeping? How long have you been honing in on very specific gargoyles out of the whole 8 years? Like when did you tighten down the operation and say this is
I
the
believe
route I want to go?
3 to 4 years. That's when everything started to develop a little bit.
Oh, did you make this or this is one you bought? Deadpool Junior blood. Oh, this is Deadpool's kids'
Yes,
offspring.
yes, yes. That's one of the guys that also going to start breeding soon.
Also, he's almost grown, huh?
Yes, Deadpool Junior. I
How did
wanted.
he turn out? Because he looks like he would be a stunner right here.
Oh no, he is. I wanted to go the kind of the same route, but with a different blood. You know,
What's your stance on how do you feel about line breeding?
line breeding. You say like sister to brothers, things like that.
I guess I don't do it, so I don't know, and I'm not judging anyone that does because I
No,
just don't do it because I
I
don't know
try.
enough.
I tried as much as I can not to do it because that's I used to call them that when I saw them to. That's the orange one.
That animal's special, man. I keep getting drawn to this gecko, man. I
Yeah, here.
like this gecko.
Let me see. Hold on. One second.
Wow. Oh, wow, look at this one. This one does have a perfect, just a
Look.
pinstripe.
It's right here.
Hold on, let's narrow the screen down so the people can see.
That's the female that I want to put. See the line in the head that I'm telling you.
Yeah, she was insane. Oh my god.
See, this is the orange. Now he's big. See if I can get him.
That's a beautiful, holy crap. Now I see there's definitely levels to this. Wow. That color, you got that color pinned, man.
Yeah, he's orange. It's crazy. And
Something.
I believe I have 2x from this guy.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
And let me. You want to see the females that I'm telling you about so you can see it better?
For sure. For
Now
sure.
they're bigger. See that baby picture you showed is this girl.
Ooh.
See the line in the head?
Yup. Right down the middle of her face. That's cool. She got like a reticulated python line or something. That's just cool. Beautiful.
So now
Jeez.
your picture was when she was a baby. Now she's almost full grown.
Yeah, there she is, guys. There she's grown. Nice little horns too. Beautiful eyes. Jeez. Do they all keep the blue eyes? Have you seen? Other than the Phantom Eye, have you seen guards with any other color eyes?
No, I think that's the eye color they have. Besides Phantom, this is why they all have.
Are you working with anything with the Phantom Eye? Do you have anything that has Phantom Eye?
No, I don't have anything with it. We like to have at one point, but that wasn't my goal
Yeah.
because a lot of the geckos with the Phantom Eye, it's not something that you pick. It's something I was born with.
Self
So the
develops.
coloration for me, that was my aim. So Phantom Eye, sometimes they don't have as crazy as colorations as what I'm looking for. So I haven't been working with them yet.
Okay. She's even got cool like masks across her face, like black eyes around her, black bars down her eyes. That's cool. That's a pretty animal.
Let me look. Let me show
Very
you the
pretty.
other one. I have two like this. Come here, baby.
Beautiful animals, man. Guard. See, I always, lean more towards certain species than others, man. But sometimes you see someone's collection and see some animals, and you're like,
Look at this one.
"Geez, oh, she's solid red.
It's orange.
Yeah, solid. Whatever. She got nothing but a stripe. That's crazy. So what do
See,
you
so
call that? What's that called?
supposedly, David told me they call them clowns.
Really?
Yes,
Damn, that thing had no stripes on its side. It just went from its side all the way up its back.
yes. So this is the big group that I'm aiming for. See
Okay.
if I can make like complete orange without breaking, the coloration.
Yeah. Have you seen do you know Bobby from Gecko Cove?
Yes,
You see how he's got that one animal that's like all red. It has like a red base color, but it's like
yes,
red everything. What is that? Like, because it doesn't have crazy stripes or anything, but when it fires up, it's all red.
yes. You want it?
What's
You
what?
want it? That's like a full red. We could say blood full red.
Huh?
Actually,
Interesting.
I have one of those.
Really?
You want to see it?
Yeah. Hell yeah. I would love to.
She's fired down, but you can see.
Yes, that's exactly it. That's exactly. There's a look there. See, I don't know how to explain it, but it's almost like if it was a crested gecko, it'd be like its base color. Its base color is red.
Yes, it's base color red. And when they go, I believe I have it on the Instagram. When she goes like fired up, it's completely red. Like you see blotches here, but when she's fired up, you can barely see the difference.
Is it only blotches that have that red base color, or can you get red stripes that also have that red
No,
base
I
color?
believe you can also get a red stripe that is super, super red. Let me see. I believe I also have an example of what we're talking about. Let me pull it out.
You got
See,
everything.
I tried.
Cool dude. I love when I have guests on and they're good people, man. It's awesome.
So these are the female. It's kind of a deep red.
Okay. Oh, she's cool. She's different too. Wow.
I don't know if you. I don't got much light here, so
Yeah, no, I can see. I can see for sure. She almost looks kind of like purple from my angle.
let's see if I can. Mm,
Oh, there you go. Yeah, very nice. Oh, she got a lot of that red going up on her head, on her face, and cheeks.
yes. So she's like a deep, deep red all over. That's the
Yeah,
reason I got her because I wanted to see what she produced. She's also from David. What she
yeah.
produced with all that red.
Has she produced for you yet?
No, not yet. I haven't put her to produce anything yet. See, I believe she's almost ready. When I bought her, David told me to keep her like a year or something. It's been more than a year. So I'm still keeping her, See, probably she's going to breed soon.
Very nice. Again, so healthy animals, man. Beautiful.
Thank you,
Hats
brother.
off to you for keeping them healthy like that. I think more emphasis needs to be put on how healthy our animals actually are and not what they look like. Like there's a huge difference between an overweight animal and a fit animal. Like a fit animal clearly has an athletic look, like an NFL linebacker or something. Like they
Yes,
have a healthy
yes.
look.
I think that's the one that's the main thing that we have to keep on, on everybody as a breeder, everybody as a hobbyist overall, not because if you breed or not, is keep
Sure.
your animals as healthy as possible, because that's First of all, you're gonna keep them for more years. You're gonna see they're gonna have a good life because a lot of people find the hobby because how the geckos live, or how big it has the enclosure has to be. But if you keep them healthy overall, you're gonna have a nice, strong gecko.
Absolutely. What is your feed? We didn't talk about your feeding regimen. What's your feeding regimen look like for your animals? What are you doing? Are you
I
doing
feed
anything different?
I feed 3 times a week.
Okay.
Where I do twice is gonna be the mix, and then once a week I give them bugs,
What do you do for bugs? Like
crickets.
cricket?
Yeah, mostly crickets because I'm not allowed to bring any type of roach here in the house.
Yeah, roaches in Florida.
Otherwise, I'll get kicked out.
The
You
wife
know,
or
yeah. So try not that happen yet. Let me
good.
put this one
It's all
back for
about
cover.
compromise, right?
Yeah, you already know.
Yeah, I've been married like 6.5 years.
Oh, that's nice. I've been married for 15 already.
No shit, for
Yeah.
real. God
Yes.
bless, man.
Yes,
God
and I'm
bless.
only
That's
34.
awesome.
So you can imagine.
That's awesome, man. That's what life is, though, right?
Yeah, I
You find
think it's
a woman that supports you.
when you find that person is you know that's the one. Whatever in the future happens, when you find that woman that pushes you, and make a man who wants to be better every day, it's for a reason.
Absolutely.
It's not just
Absolutely.
because she's there with you. It's because
Absolutely. I tell my boys all the time, my boys that are single or whatever, I'm like, you spend so much of your life and your time looking for superficial stuff in a woman that you don't even know what life is. Once you find a woman and you X that whole chapter of your life off, you got a
it's
woman, you'll
it's
know what living is. Then you
yes,
will start enjoying
it's
things for you.
it's a different world, and you find, like, for men, supposedly, this is just me, nobody has to take it. My dad taught me that manhood is not for how many women you have, is how men act. And when you find that woman, you don't need to look any other side. You're just rushing to get back to the house so you can see her again. And that's when you get to that point, it's a different world because you guys connect in a different way. It's
Absolutely.
like and it's been a big help for me because when you run a business, sometimes things doesn't go the way you want, and you come home defeated. But as soon as I walk through that door, when that woman sees me, it changed my world. And sometimes she tells me a few things, that tells me, what, tomorrow I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna eat the world because this person believes in me, believes I can do it. And that for me had made the difference in a lot of ways.
God bless, man. That's beautiful. There's a saying out there. They say, like, show me a successful man or something like that, and I'll show you a man that has a woman behind him or something
Oh,
like that.
100,
It's like one of them
100%.
cliche things. But
100%. I also tell my friends, half of the things that I have accomplished is because of her, you know, because a man fight, right? I always tell this to my wife, when we talk. The warrior goes and fight, but he comes back wounded. And to be able to go fight again with the same strength, you have to have somebody, to take care of you. And it's that person that, sometimes, man, we just need, somebody to tell us that, that we can do it,
amen, brother.
that we're great.
Absolutely.
And by those little things, it makes the difference. Because to have that type of woman, and a woman that, and it's funny because, you know, I try to give my wife, as much as I can, because I tell everybody, the woman that was with you when you had nothing, and the one that's with you after all that, is the ones that matter. Because we always sit down with my wife, when we laughed, bro, it was a point that I didn't even have money to buy formula for my daughter. And now we look back what we accomplished, And you know what? And people, because people always gonna have a say on everything, you know. But when I see those things, you know, she just my other half, you know, is like God gave me this woman the worst point of my life. You know, when I came here just to make it short with my dad found out he had cancer. They gave him 6 months. You know, it was just me and her. I grew up with him here, you know, and before this happened, I met her 2 months before, you know, and she was the one, you know, that kept me in track, that gave me a reason, you know, to keep fighting. Because most of the men we got lost. And I include myself because we're easy, you know, to lose track of things when you don't have something to go forward to. Because we men, we're super simple, you know. They tell us to walk that way and we walk that way. You know, and God's, you know, I believe a lot in God. You know,
Cool, brother.
God's put certain people in the path of certain people because of something, you know.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And it's funny because sometimes you don't even know that person is gonna make such an impact in someone's life. It's just crazy. I know the way he does things, you know, it's hard to understand, but when you let him do it, he changes everything.
For sure. The most beautiful part about hearing the whole thing, man, is that you recognize it, man. I see a lot of guys. It's unfortunate that have women that love them, and they do them dirty, man. They do them dirty. They don't
But
realize what they had, man, and
look,
they
that's
they
it.
it's a sad thing, man. There's nothing you could do about it, though. You know.
But the thing is that, you know, that's when you see the couples, you know.
That's your wife on your arm.
Yes, that's her.
God bless, brother.
Thank you. Amen, brother. And that's when you see that again, the difference in couples is funny. We were talking to her the other day, just to make it short. We had a friend of ours, you know, say that, you know, they were on vacation and they were, you know, they can't see each other for too long because they want to kill each other. And me and my wife, we were talking about it, and we're like the opposite. It's like whatever we're doing, we rush back to, you know, spend time with each other, and you know, we
Best
don't,
friend.
we don't, we can be together the whole day, and it doesn't matter. We also work together, which, you know, sometimes it's tough because working with your partner is tough because of opinions, because of things, you know. But we have been able to, you know, make it work, and it's all comes down to the same principle: respect. You know, respect in every way is everything. Because when you give it, you're gonna get it back.
Yes. Absolutely. Absolutely. It's a two-way street, man. Got to give it to get it, man.
Yeah, 100%, hundred
It's a
percent.
beautiful
And
thing.
people expect things, you know, to happen because of the air. And the thing is that the world is something that, you know, you gotta give to be given.
How's your wife feel about the reptiles? Does she do shows with you? Does she vend with you?
Yeah, she support me and all
Really?
of that. She's not a big hobbyist of things. She grabs them now. You can see her hands in a couple of pictures,
That's cool.
but she's not a reptile girl. She goes with me everywhere, you know, but she's not.
She supports you. That's it. That means more than it
But
being her. You
but
know, she's
but
there
she
for
helps me
you.
out. She helps me out to clean, even though she doesn't like it. She helps me out to feed sometimes, you know, which, you know, that makes the difference.
That's awesome, man. That's a
My
beautiful
girls love
thing, man.
them, which that's the big part.
I was just
Oh,
gonna ask, how do the kids like it?
they love it, you know.
Yeah,
Yes, they
it's
love
beautiful.
it. They grab the geckos. My little one, she's not afraid of grabbing anything. So
That's awesome, man. That's a beautiful thing, man. Maybe someday you could, you build this empire and you pass it down to the kids, man.
hopefully, brother, hopefully, you know, that's what they want to do. They like it, you know, and they keep going.
All right. Well, we're coming to the end of this here, man. I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for coming on here. I think it was great for people to see who you are, how sincere and how genuine you are. I wish you nothing but the best. Not that you
Hey,
need my
no,
help.
no. The
But
same,
you've been
brother.
producing some incredible,
I
incredible animals. You've been a huge asset to the community with your positive energy, your whole mind state is just an asset to everybody that comes in contact with you. I haven't met or talked to a person that's ever had a bad thing to say about Gecko Monster. On the contrary, everyone I've spoken to has said nothing but amazing things about you.
appreciate it. I appreciate
And
it.
just looking, watching you and following you as long as I have, and this isn't to say anything bad about anybody else. I see something super special about you. I see something super
Appreciate
special
it,
about
brother.
what you're doing, and I think you have an extremely bright future with whatever you're doing. The what you're doing and how you're doing it in your eye is you have a gift,
I appreciate
and
it, brother. I appreciate it. No, I want to give you thanks for having me. You know, I'm
absolutely,
not like you say. I don't post a lot of things in the Instagram. I'm not the best at it, but I really enjoy talking to people like you. You know, where you
it's
can
a pleasure.
open a little bit and people can get to know me. I'm really
Yes,
thankful you gave me the chance to be in your
yes.
podcast. You know, to show myself. You know, to let people know who I am, and super thankful for that, brother. Really, really, really happy I'm here with you.
If anybody wanted to reach out from you, if anybody wants to maybe inquire about a gecko or a group you have, what's the best way people could get in contact with you, or maybe find you at a show? Do you have any shows coming up, or how would you suggest someone
Um,
gets a hold of you?
for now, Instagram. Instagram is the best
Instagram.
way. Just shoot me a message. I'll get back to you. I really always tell people I'm always doing something. So sometimes, I don't respond as quick, but I'll always get to back to everybody, and try to make everybody happy. I even tell people, if you want to just talk about Gecko, just hit me up. I'm always willing to talk to people. Show them a couple of stuff.
Kick
It's
ideas around.
yeah, it's about to make the hobby better.
Yeah, guys, if you're doing anything out there and you have any doubts about, or have ever listened to Paul Morlock from Rack House talk about these mail makers and genetics, Mauricio has done the work. He's got animals that are proving this mail maker theory to be true. Contact him. He's super willing to sit down and talk to you and explain to you what he knows and shoot the shit, man. I mean, he's a great resource when it comes to gargoyle gecko observations. He's worked with some beautiful animals, some incredible lines, some super notorious lines. He's got one of the craziest gargoyle collections I've seen with my own two eyes. And you have a man here that's willing to talk to you and help you. Reach out. Reach out to him. Let's start,
100%.
you know, building friendships instead of drawing lines and making enemies, man. Dead all this fighting stuff, man.
That's what it's all about. For me, it's making friends, making people. Already, I have made a lot of good friends. It's crazy because just sometimes you don't even know who you're gonna be with. And making friends is a way to go. Because one thing gets to the other one, and
Absolutely.
it's just a way to go.
One thing that's ironic about it, though, and this isn't towards you, it's towards everyone in general, but you need to be a good person if you want to attract good people in your life.
Oh,
So if you're
100%.
good to people and you respect people and you treat people with honor and dignity and respect, you'd be amazed at how many people show you the same.
Oh, and, and,
It's as
and that's
simple as
and that's
that,
the
man.
way to
It's a
go for
golden
me.
rule.
For me,
Treat people how
everybody's
you want to
equal.
be treated.
No matter how big of a breeder you are, if somebody doesn't know, for me, they're all the same. I will help you the same way if I could, do the same for you. Because this is how my belief, what I do, it's not that I want it back. It's, that when I need it, I know somebody's going to be there, to give me a hand. That's why I always help everybody, without wanting something back. Because everything has been given to from the one up there. So
Amen. Hell yeah. Hell
so
yeah.
that's why I just do my thing, just be happy, and I push that to everyone. If you want to try, if you want to buy a gecko, doesn't have to be for me. Go ahead and do it. Be happy, enjoy it. That's the main thing about this is enjoying what you're doing.
Yes.
enjoying having your animals, enjoying, being with them. For me, like the feeding time is special time, where I get to spend some time with them, play with them. I always post pictures where I keep one, I put them, he is my partner, for the feeding time, feeding the other ones, I give him some bugs. So he's chill there with me. So, I'll try to make it, something special. Even bring
Yeah.
my kids in, sometimes my kids help me out, so we can bond, and make something special.
Beautiful, man. It's beautiful. So much more to this hobby, man. So much more than just
Yeah,
geckos, man.
100%, 100%. There's I tell everybody, to give it a shot. If you like reptiles, it doesn't, go for whatever you like. It doesn't have to be geckos, and enjoy. Sometimes those little things make the difference in life.
Absolutely. It's life's small pleasures that make all the big differences, you know?
Yeah, and it go through so quick that
All right, again, Mauricio, it was a complete pleasure having you here. I hope everybody sees how genuine and sincere of a person you are, and I thoroughly confident that you will thrive at anything you
Thank
set
you,
out
brother.
on, any journey you
Thank you,
set
brother.
out on, brother.
Appreciate it again. Appreciate your time. And I know I make a new friend today,
Absolutely. And the
which
platform is always here too. If you ever discover something and you want to get on stage and you need to tell the community something, the invitation is always
100%.
open.
I really appreciate
You
it, brother.
always have this podcast. You could come on here and you could talk to the audience, man.
Yeah, yeah,
Anytime.
same, brother. Whenever you need me, show me a message. I'm here.
Awesome. Awesome. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed the episode. Stay weird. I'll catch you next week, people.
Yeah. Thank
Peace.
you, my brother.